Hello there. Today I am going to be making a mod. Technically, it doesn't really feel. I'll feel like it's like it doesn't feel like a mod. It's more like, it's really simple. It's a MX. So oh shoot. It's a MX with Pro Gear, RSVP Pro Gear. I remember when these came out, or I think they came out. They released. This new cool opaque MX. Same. Apparent. Is there a ball in here? I don't even fucking know. I don't know if that's a real ball in here, or maybe there's no ball in the cap. You know how like different versions of MX have different caps and shit, like the gel ink versus the normal and shit. And then colors MX I think has, okay, colors versus RZDZ, I think slightly different. Did one of them not have a ball? I think maybe, I don't know. The thing is, I can't even tell. I kind of vaguely remember maybe like this. I know there was a difference between colors and RZDZ, Razzle Dazzle, like other one, whatever. Whatever, Moons, by the way. Whoa. Um. Anyways, so it. I remember when it came out. It was pretty cool. People posted it all the time, and I always thought like the idea of it was really cool because not everybody likes transparent bodies. I was never on that transparent body train. Like there's a reason people put the inserts inside the MX. It looks a lot better. But I've always still liked the solid. I wasn't a big insert guy either. My printer it was a laser printer and wasn't very great. And so I would kind of lazily put together from something else, like a newspaper or something. Anyhow, it's like why I haven't changed the default insert here, because it's alright. Like the quality of this insert is pretty good, but I still keep it in, even though I don't really like the look of it. I still keep it in. I typically don't like inserts anyways, and that's really it. So the idea of it, pretty cool. Have it opaque. I don't have to worry about the colors and shit. I guess less customizable if you care about that type of thing. It's not going to be somebody's. If you're going to get one R's, MX, probably not the Pro Gear in my opinion. Just get the classic. It's cheaper. I don't even know where you get these. Anyhow, this is I don't even know what the Pro Gear was for. Was it for like construction or shit? I don't know. I forgot why they released this shit. Anyhow, we're gonna be making it. Obviously you don't see them around today too much. People posting MX mods. But that's okay. I'm not gonna complain necessarily. We're gonna talk about some other stuff before, just to like empty my fucking brain real quick. So I guess we're gonna talk about a little bit about a few mods here. White Stick V2, I guess. I finally brought it up to the desk. I usually spun it on my bed because I do have a couple of, like, I don't have all my mods here. I've a couple of mods I have in my room. This is not my room. This is my parents' room technically. My parents don't actually sleep here though. Anyhow, I usually had this in my bed when I made it. I finally moved it onto the desk here since I actually spin on the desk a little bit more. At first, I honestly was a little bit this was not the mod for me at first hand, because I think maybe the body texture and I just didn't like it how it spun at first. I do think it's, however, like my mindset is a little bit changed. I think I'll grow to love it because I think it looks good on my hands. I think it spins really well, actually. Maybe when you, maybe I get tired of it a little bit, but I feel like that first, I feel like nowadays when I first pick it up and then I spin it, on the like that first initial impression, very great initial impression every time I pick it up. So that's why I moved it up here, and that's why I can actually pick it up and spin it. Pretty cool. Honest, like I would have slept on it if I gave up on trying to spin it. I think maybe it's a little bit slippery, which I found with this, but I can obviously, when you spin it and get your oils on the mod and shit, bam, and then wear in all this texture, all this this body here. So like I was like when I made the mod, I was like, oh, this body isn't very good. I didn't really like it. But you know, after spinning a little bit, like I can get used to it, and I bet after clearing the barrel, it's gonna be good. So maybe I'll try the other sort of Temu-based mods, whatever. Anyhow, what have I else other been spinning? Of course, this mod that I talked about in my other video. Pretty cool. I still like it. I still kept it at its original form in that video. I was going to plan to shorten it, you know, remove this stuff, but it's honestly pretty good. Pretty good like this. It's pretty good. I've actually been spinning it a lot and enjoying it. However, I feel like when I kind of miss. I feel like there are like classic designs in modding and like looks, and I feel like nowadays I'm kind of aiming towards the like the VGG connection shit. I don't know why. Like specifically Giotto VGG connection shit. I don't know why. That's like I don't know. So I've been kind of itching to get that sort of feel from maybe like a Nesty Bullet or I don't know, some other mods. I think I watched that one spinner. Who was it? Maybe 82. Anyhow. Yeah. Might have, but yeah. It was one of them. No, probably not. I think because he uses a center connector. I don't know. I'm watching this shit, but I don't know. And then you know, and the blank stuff. So I like I've always been into KTs and stuff. So I like this look. So maybe in my pen mod collection, I tend to not have these sort of center shit like classic VGGs and stuff. I don't even know where my Manoa VGG is. Probably I don't spin it, but I don't really have spin of the center VGG type things. Oh, other than there has been one which has kind of made me maybe like it, was Paul Emboss. Low-key, like Paul Emboss, low-key goated. So cool. Pretty underrated. Just because it doesn't get the hype in. And honestly, it's a little weird. It doesn't get... It is like maybe the most slept on Void mod, you know? Like it's still cool. It's what, 25 centimeters? It's kind of like it's a little under, I think, maybe, but it's pretty cool. You know, same sort of thing he likes to do, which is like 1 centimeter off of the barrel thing. You got the ducted grip, you got HGR, you got some tape, not tape, heat shrink. My heat shrink is shorter than on the actual Paul Emboss. I don't know why I did that. Maybe because I just wanted to cut one in half and mine weren't long enough anyways. Whatever. Maybe I didn't even pay attention to the length, I mean, of the heat shrink of Paul Emboss, maybe the tutorial, but honestly pretty slept on. Although a bit weird, because it is originally, I guess it is, I don't know if it's actually based on the actual Isaac Emboss, the original Isaac Emboss, but you know, it's a lighter mod, not very dense. I'm going to measure it for you guys. Or, I mean, for me personally. Yeah, 18.76 grams on my unit. Again. Not again. Why did I say again? I just wanted to say, I kind of understand a little bit. Not to go, okay, not to like switch the topic, but I kind of understand like spinners forgetting how to make their, how they made their mods. Because when I have so much mods here, and like it's been years ago, it's been years. I kind of forget sometimes exactly if I modified or anything, if I changed something. Because like when I look at this KT, my personal like one of the mods that I actually made, just for myself, I guess. Well, even I mean, it's just a plain KT, but like whatever. Custom spec. I forgot. I think this is double body, and I think these are these tips, USA Dr. Grip tips, but I don't remember exactly how I got these USA Dr. Grip tips. And then I think these are Dr. Grip grips, like normal lip side. But I don't know how they're so soft. Like, what are these legit? Did I use legit for these? I honestly do not remember. They're just so soft, and yeah, my favorite KT by far nowadays. Or like standard KT, I guess. Anyhow, moving past on it, I need to make some Giotto VGG based mods, because I don't think I have any that I enjoy. I have a lot of mods that I want to do. One thing I'm going to shout out is Sticks KT, which is pretty cool. If you have KT caps, the rest are pretty accessible. In terms of, you have super tip, just 2 of them. Like, okay, easy. You hollow your KT cap. You got G2/super grip. I think it looks like G2 from this picture. Yeah, so G2 with 2 sections. Yeah, because these are like thick ass rings, I guess. So G2. Hypergel is whatever. You can sub it. But technically it's actually local to me. So like, yeah. Sharpie Ultrafine, well, used to be local. I have Jimny Gel in blue only. It's under the grip anyways. Whatever. You can use any other grip. I bet you could sub it with some Signo DX, for example. And then you got Signo Tips. You got Ultrafine Ballpoint, which is also a easy pen to get. I'm pretty sure that's the pen I'm thinking of. Sharpie Ultrafine. Let's take a look. Yep, it's these Ultrafine, which, if that's cool. Those mods, those pens, you can make Mango Tool with them. I mean, one of the Mango Tools. I think this Mango Tool uses the caps. Yeah, Sharpie caps here. This is his most recent one. Mango Tool. You can also make the original Mango Tool, which is also pretty goated. Pretty cool mod that is easily accessible as well. W mods. Anyhow, so it's one of those mods that are like it appeals to me because like I think those are those are parts I have, those are parts I can easily get. It's kind of like Shoe Lotion Waterfall a little bit, except the caps are KT. But like if you live in America, this is like easy to grab parts for mod. Pretty cheap, pretty cool. I wonder how it spins. It looks pretty cool because it is, I guess, based off of Kagami DC. Well, with the line, obviously the other end doesn't have the ring, like the any ball on it, like, of course. But whatever. Just wanted to shout out Sticks KT, and also Sticks is like my era pen spinner. OPSD shit, whatever. I was not in that, but he was part of that. He's an OG. Just want maybe I'm Unk now. Anyways, whoa, public speaking. Another mod that I wanted to talk about, just to get out of it, is that I've been appreciating Isaiah Ivan, which is weird. I guess I don't really actually spin normal Ivan. I don't. I think I might have normal Ivan somewhere. Maybe I may. I remember. I think I made the Tetora Ivan that he uses, which is a white Ivan and with inverted AFT airfit tip instead of the normal one. So it's like it's like this. This is obviously a VGG ST, but with an airfit grip, inward, and that was cool. I don't remember how it spun, but I think I made that one. I made original Ivan, of course, with airfit grip as well. I don't think yeah. But I had a Saya Ivan. I think I have it here on my desk somewhere, right here. I don't know the exact measurements I had when I made this. Is this half? Is this 4 centimeter? I don't know. I'm thinking of shortening it, just because, and maybe pushing up the grips further here. But I've kind of been appreciating this kind of simple, classic, simple mod with just like a couple of pens. You have the OPT MP, and then any ball, and then super tips, and like pretty cool, and it spins pretty fine. I don't know. It's simple. It's cool. I've been spinning it a lot, honestly, which is weird because I honestly never really felt like going back to this type of mod. But maybe something about my unit here, have tuned it to be I don't know, just pretty satisfying. But at the same time, something that's not really deserving of hype because it's just like a pretty plain thing. But I don't know, I just keep spinning it for weird, even though I would probably recommend it last out of a lot of stuff. I guess now thinking like it's like a pretty cool like beginner cheap mod, like it's one of those easy to make type shits. That's not really daunting to make. Speaking of beginner mods, I just wanted to say Isaac Emboss is still getting I still see it getting recommended, which is kind of weird. It's kind of I feel like it's the same vein as Manoa VGG or like fake VGG, Manoa ST. It's like a weird, it's like people recommend it, but then they don't make the actual one. So it's like falls into this sort of thing of like, I don't know, what is the reason why you're like, it's, I don't know, you're not really, it's just like people are just buying the Spin Worlds one or the Pen Spinner Shop Oleg one, instead of like making it how it's actually supposed to be made. Is that disrespectful to the original creators? Like I don't know. I'm not necessarily be all like whatever that. Like the Manoa VGG one, I feel like that one always gets made wrong, I guess. And I understand like it doesn't matter, like they use because technically it uses 2 centimeter Dr. Grip and like it's shorter and stuff like that. Like big issues, and like I don't want to be like a purist and like only care about making with the exact parts and stuff. Like obviously it makes stuff differently. Like my Titan gear is technically made differently. But is it always wrong to call it? I don't know. I still call it a Titan gear, but it's like, is it technically a replica? Because I used any ball here instead of instead of how it's typically, which I think they use 3 stripes of this, of the Daiso, usually on his World Cup one. I didn't really pay attention to that. I wanted to match the original tutorial and use any ball and like use this purely instead of the G2, I think, which the G2 uses 2 stripes and then the any ball, whatever. That's what I think, whatever. Well, even stuff like I didn't use Energel for the connections here, even though the legit said to. Uh, so I don't really want to go into that totally purist thing, but like, I think there's no point. It's like, maybe you don't have to recommend something that gets made wrong anyway. Like I don't know. It is always like, why care about that specific model when you could just make, like you could make the Moonlight mod, which is like who care? Like, okay, I don't know, people like, oh yeah, I like it with airfit tip anyways. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like you can call it something else, and like, or like it doesn't have to be that particular mod to recommend. Like, whatever. Like Moonlight mod, similar to Isaac and Boss, with with airfit tips instead. Actually, I forgot if I made this correctly. I think I did. I don't see the inner stuff though. I wonder where it went. Because as you can see now, there's a little taper here, so it doesn't. And maybe my thing isn't fully pushed in. My Moonlight mod, which is Vanilla's mod. Speaking about this mod, I don't know why he kind of made that tutorial a secret when he literally told me the tutorial. Like, I don't know, like in Magi's blog, he wrote about that shit, and like, anyways, why? I just realized that took 20 minutes and I haven't even started. How do you guys cut the clip? Anyways, I'm not gonna use a tutorial. Some of you will bend it. I'm not really gonna do something fancy with it. I'm gonna do what I usually do, which is just use a nail clipper. Anyhow, not to. I don't know. I just kind of cringe a little bit when people take Isaac and Boss for beginner as a mod to recommend, because like most people don't even have the actual mod anyways, and aren't specific, and also the accessibility of the mod isn't very great. There's like a lot of cool mods. Like, while I do really like Isaac and Boss v3, there are a lot of mods that are more accessible, maybe easier to make. Maybe even some that I even spin more. However, it is a great mod. Not to like clown on it. It's pretty good. I really like mine. Anyhow, I'm not sure where. I forgot where I usually clip it to. I don't have any VPs I have on my desk. I used to ask people who I buy from to make VPs. Like, I have 50 Snakes VP, I have a Cronin VP, I have a Coffee Lucky VP. Because like MX was that one cheap mod. Well, cheap, I guess, but like, it's 2 pens, which is pretty cool. I always like got a sweet spot for it. Like, people like, is it really F tier mod? Like, to me, low key, MX is like cool because it's two pens. That is like aura, 2 pen total. That's just cool. So that like it cannot be low, like it cannot be like a F tier for in my books. Just cause of that. But yeah, MX was that one cool mod that like you're clipping and like the where your shit is produced and like how far you put in the cap and like how you do the clap cut was all individual and personal, and it was like really cool. So that was what one thing I used to do was like when I buy from people, I ask them if they have the parts for an MX and to make me one. So that's something I used to do. I guess I stopped now because I don't want to collect MXs anymore. I think I just have I think when I received them, I realized I had maybe different tastes in MX compared to these other people. Like, I don't exactly remember who had the best MX, but like, did I enjoy any of their MXs? Maybe not. So I found like the ones I made just better, and then also variants that I So, and I just ended up spinning variants of MX a little bit more. Because I guess, you know, MX doesn't spin that great anyways. Obviously gonna prefer like MX like G3s like Monaco over an MX for me. I don't remember how much clip I got. Here's my progress. I'm just clipping at it from the sides. I don't. This is like a newer. This is kind of like a shit nail clipper. As you can see, the grippage glue wasn't strong enough to hold it, and it just fell off. Like the little nail filing part. So the tolerances of this one, whatever. I don't know exactly how far or the angle I remember I like my MXs to be cut at, but that's okay. We're just going to use a nail clipper. I don't know if I'm going to file it, probably not for this video, and probably just because I don't maybe take pictures of it. I don't really take pictures of it anyways. There we go. Let's do one more cut to make it a little sharper. Bam, bada bam. Ooh, that's ugly as fuck. I don't want to... As you can see, my crooked ass. Ooh. I did fuck with my camera settings a little. I don't know how... I kind of accidentally touched it and, like, YOLO'd. So I don't necessarily know exactly how great it is visually right now compared to my other one. I don't know. Anyhow, I remember from my first MX that I made, which I think Toro MX, I wanted to make it writable. So, you know, I think the original MX, you drill the hole in the back and then reverse the ink. I'm not going to do that because, I mean, I used to do that. For me, that was like one thing I actually was like, oh, okay, I could easily do that. Like, I know some people don't want to do that because, like, drilling a hole in the back, how are you going to do that? For me, I had a knife to do. I just used a knife. I think it was a karambit. I remember back in the day using the karambit to open the packages. That was the karambit. I don't have it anymore. I gave it to my friend, who I guess gonna appreciate it more than me. I'm not gonna put the grip in the cap yet, I guess, because I'm gonna do the front first. We have HG. These parts are pretty old. I don't exactly remember what color scheme I want to go for. I bet there's two options for orange, which would be orange or black. Not to say that you can use anything, but like I feel like that was the most popular. I think I don't want to filter all the way back then, but I didn't really find too much photos on it. I'm sure I bought this orange HGG just for this. I think this was my first order with Pen Modding World, which has been a long time ago. We're gonna screw on the HGG tip. Bada bing, bada boom. We're gonna see if it falls off anyways. You can always put threading on it. I mean, thread tape. Teflon tape. There's a little gap on the front here. Whoops. I don't know. You can kind of see the Program X a little bit. So I'm kind of worried that maybe I didn't screw on the HGG far enough. Oh, there we go. The gap is still there. Gap is still there. We're just gonna say YOLO. We'll find out. I'm going to check my other VP Colors, I think it's Colors. Colors VP that I got from Mango. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. There is like no gap. What? What the hell? Even though it, like from the front, you can kind of see how the ink tip, they're both like, oh, okay, I guess maybe it's a bit like a millimeter closer. Maybe I just gotta screw harder and dig into the plastic a little bit more. Was there any other step in this, like in MX? Do I need anything else? Oh shit. I remember back then, MX is a really annoying pen to bring to school because your friends would just shove the fucking cap deep in, and that was so annoying. And so I'd have my thing all the way up, and like my tweezers couldn't fucking pull it out, and that was so annoying. Having my friends fucking ruin my shit, and it looks so ugly on the clear cap when you have the gap between the back plug. It was like all the way up here, and like there's like, oh, what the hell? I don't know. And like it would go way past, I mean, okay, not like the gap, but it'd be a gap when you like put it on, and it's on here, which is annoying. So you gotta like shove it back in so it actually stick, you know, and it'd be way past the back plug. Anyhow, Mango's here has a little bit room. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna go for. I usually just try to line it up. I don't know what people do for the cap. Do they put it on the back plug like this and try to do that and like twist it on? I guess that doesn't really work because of you know, it's not gonna fit. So you just really gotta keep it loose and put it in the cap. I guess you can't do that, but you can put it on a little bit. Yeah, no, you just really gotta just put it on. Maybe it kind of aura to have the little gap. I feel like spin wise, I mean, I feel like visual wise, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird to have the gap. So I'm going to close it. There you go, just the orange MX. Not a great clip job, of course, because that was like 50 seconds, but it's sharp. It's sharp. I never liked the people who just made it flat. No sanding. It's pretty sharp. It spins like an MX. So that's cool. I'm gonna leave the text on, personally, for now. It's kind of annoying to remove text nowadays, and I think for this type of mod, not really worth it. Anyways, that's really it. All I got to say. I think we're done. There's a couple of mods that I kind of want to make in the future, like Sticks KT that I showed you earlier. I don't really know exactly what type of. I do kind of itching to want a Giotto mod after watching some spinning. I've been inspired a little bit. Maybe I will finally make Paru bullet mod. I do have parts. I do have the 7.62 NATO bullets that it requires, but it's a little I don't know. I don't know why I'm not doing that. I guess I've had multiple iterations. Like I remember selling them off though. Like my original Whirl one that was orange and green. I forgot who I sold it to. They started with a T. I forgot which one. Was it Tess? Or was it Teu? I don't... They're so close in... Was it Teu? No, it's not Teu. I think, yeah, it's Tess. I think. I don't know. I don't really want to check. I don't need to check. Anyways, yeah, it's somebody. Mod got repurposed, whatever. That one had weird bullets or something. That one had something different. I think I've had one with, like, I remember it had like a bunch of tape on it and it was weird. I don't know why. Another one was the Eno one, which I did end up selling to somebody. Who has that? I forgot who bought it. Maybe LSV? I don't know. Who did? Somebody. Who knows how that ended up? Maybe that one was Tess. But both of them are somewhere. So I still have no real heavy bullet mod. Like, I remember I also made Nesty Bullet. I think that one's to Nellie's friend. I forgot the name. Whatever. Local friend. Anyways. Yeah, and I don't think I have any other, like, 7.62, like, NATO bullet. I obviously have the archery bullet stuff. Like, oh yeah, I did make, what did I have? Who did I make? What did I make? I did make an Ivan Giotto, and I also sold it with the archery. I remember having 2 VGG Giottos at one point. One of them, I think, to my friend, and then, oh yeah, bought from the mystery thing. One of them was the mystery thing, one of them was ordered in that same order. VGG Giotto. But that's not, I don't know. I want something cooler. Maybe I gotta make like the Kanbara one, or make some other heavy mod. We'll see. What else do I gotta make? I gotta make a lot of stuff like NSM Boss. Yeah. NSM Boss. God, that's just gonna be pain. There's a Clyde mod that I want to make. Testarossa, I think. Which seems pretty cool, but also kind of a pain to make. Because you gotta, like, hammer shit into shit, and, like, I don't know. That one was a doozy. We'll see. You'll see if I make a video on it. Whatever. Yeah. That is it. All I have to say. I think. Maybe I gotta, but maybe more. Nah, probably I gotta do my assignments and shit. It's 1 a.m. Thursday. This is yeah. See ya guys. Bye bye.